blah 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 blah. I'm so tired of this video not being smooth. Okay. I guess I was gonna restart this, but it seems to, oh god, how annoying. Anyway, so I had this, problem at work on Tuesday that I have talked about on my blog and to a few people, and also at a trans meeting that I went to, on Thursday, but it's just still something that's been bothering me. I worked on Tuesday, and when I came into work, one of my coworkers, like followed me into the back, and she was like, "Oh, you should have seen it, like all of us, saw your twin walking around, downtown Disney today," and we were like, "Oh my god, that's Charlie, like that's Charlie, that's Charlie," and, you know, I was like, she's friendly with me, so I was like, "Oh, haha, that's so funny," and then she left, and so I was still sitting in the back, you know, because I always get to work pretty early, and she came in the back again, and she was like, what did she say? I was sitting there, and I was just texting, and she was like, I really wish that, I want them to tell you, like, that this person looked like you, because we were all like, oh my god, that's Charlie, la la la, and I was like, oh, haha, were you watching them? They were like, yeah, we were watching them. They were in Wetzel's Pretzels. We were watching them order, and I was like, did you think that was me? And she was like, no, we knew it wasn't you. And I was like, well, what did this person look like? And she was like, oh, it was like a really dykey girl, and she had like the same haircut as you, and the same cheeks, and we were like, oh my god, that's Charlie. And I, like, as soon as she said dykey girl, I felt like I just immediately, like, closed off myself and, like, left the conversation, like, just mentally. As soon as she said dykey girl, like, I, you know, looking at her, and then I just kind of, like, looked down and didn't even want to associate with the rest of the conversation because of the way she said that. Because as soon as she said that, I don't know, I felt, like, naked and vulnerable, because that must be how she sees me. That must be what she thinks I look like, which is a really dykey girl, and that really hurts. You know, every time I feel like I move past this female view with my coworkers, every time I feel like I've finally gotten past a certain point, and, you know, people aren't going to make mistakes anymore, it's like somebody does something and I take a step backwards, and it's just really like a kick in the face. You know, it just stops me dead in my tracks, and I think, well, you know, I believe and trust so fully in this view of myself, and then I hear people, you know, disregard it or mistake it for something else, and it makes me feel like I'm not presenting the way that I think I am. And, you know, these are people who, like, when I got hired at my job, last November, it was after I got hired that I was filling out paperwork with my manager, and I told her that I was transgender. And so she was like, okay, I wish that you had told me sooner, because, you know, I already told, you know, everybody at work that we hired, like, birth name, but I will go ahead and let them know to call you, like, Charlie, and use male pronouns, etc. And so when I started, most of the people did use male pronouns. Everybody used Charlie. Some people still messed up. Some people still mess up now. But so those are people who were told of my identity. And everybody that's been hired after I came, I don't think my manager has told them. So it's either people who just use male pronouns because they hear everybody else using them, or I know that they've used female pronouns, and then my friends at work will correct them or tell them, like, hey, Charlie prefers male pronouns, like, Charlie is a guy, blah, 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 blah. And so for the people who know this and use male pronouns, or don't use male pronouns, and occasionally use female pronouns, it's, like, it's not people who knew me before as female and then had to, like, make this change to male. It's people who have always known that I identify as male, but choose not to see me as male. They choose to see me as female because they know that I was born, or that I was assigned female at birth. And I think that hurts the most, is that it's not a choice. I mean, it's not a mistake. It's not them having a hard time getting used to it. It's just people who, they have this knowledge, and they're like, okay, well, this person was assigned female at birth, but I know that they identify as male, but to me, this female at birth is the truth for me. This is how I think this person really is, so I'm going to use female pronouns, and I'm going to see this person as a girl. And that's just so hard for me, because it's something that I feel like I can't change in them, you know? And I guess it's not worth it to change these people if that's the way that they want to see me. You know, obviously they're not really my friends, but it just sucks. I don't know. It just sucks. Because I know what the truth is for me, and I know who I am, and I just feel like I'm constantly, like, verbalizing and just putting this idea out, and nobody's taking it, you know? Nobody is believing it, and nobody is accepting it, and nobody is using it. So, because it's like, not only did she say that they saw this person, like her specifically, she was like, you know, all of us saw this person and thought it looked like you, and these were people who I felt very close to, and who I felt really saw me for who I am. So these are people who also agreed with her and saw, you know, a quote-unquote dykey girl, and said that I looked like that person, and agreed that I looked like that person. And, you know, I realized that I still, like, look somewhat female, but it shouldn't matter. And I guess, I don't know, maybe they should have kept it to themselves, because even if it was true, it really made me feel like shit, and I feel like I haven't really been able to get past it the last couple of days. No matter who I talk to or who I tell about, I just feel like I'm not getting my answer. I'm not getting my I don't know, I'm just not getting my comfort, but I need my reassurance. So, yeah, so it sucks. But, yeah, I guess that's it. I just thought I'd talk about it here, I guess, because I don't really know where else to put these words. So, thanks.